Yo, K-Pace Guy here, and welcome back to another episode of 7 Reasons Why. This is episode 4, and this episode is going to be about sound bars. 7 reasons why you shouldn't get a sound bar. Let's get into it. Reason number 7 is going to be TV stand placement. And what I mean by that is, do you have enough space on your TV stand to even fit your sound bar? Do you even have a TV stand at all? Some people have their TVs wall mounted, and I guess if you have your TV wall mounted, then you won't mind mounting your sound bar underneath your television. But a lot of people live in an apartment or a house that they're renting and can't afford to put holes in the wall. So they have a TV stand, and they'll put the sound bar on the TV stand, but now it's too wide to fit on the TV stand, which is a common problem in sound bars. Not really too deep, not really too tall, but how wide it is. Now with a sound bar, it's just a whole row of speakers and then usually a wireless subwoofer on the side. But when you have a sound bar like that and you have a small space, usually your sound bar is way too big. And if you really want one that will fit on your TV stand, you gotta get one that's small. But now you're compromising maybe sound or sound quality or features that we didn't want to sacrifice. So 7 reasons why. We're going to start with the TV stand. Reason number 6 is going to have to be not for a big room. Sound bars, like I said in the first reason, they're a wide strip of speakers and then a small wireless subwoofer that you either place on the side of your TV stand, or maybe you can put it around the room if you like to, but they're not really ideal for big rooms. And why are they not ideal for big rooms? Those drivers that are set in front of your TV are about 4-inch, maybe 4 1/4 drivers, not really too big, maybe even smaller than that. And you can only turn those speakers so loud. And then the subwoofer is maybe a 6-inch driver, an 8-inch driver, maybe a good sound bar is a 10-inch driver. But you're not really going to get the sound that you really want out of a big room. It's going to cause a lot of strain on the sound bar. You're going to have to really turn it up to hear it. And if you have a passive one, there's an active sound bar and a passive sound bar. Active sound bars have built-in amplifiers. Passive ones rely on an outside amplifier to power them. But you're really going to have to demand a lot out of the active sound bar to get a lot of sound going from you to however far you are, or for however many people you're trying to fill the space for. And then passive, you use a separate receiver, a separate amplifier to power it up. So you may be able to turn that one up a little bit louder, but usually sound bars are not really for people who are looking for big audio, big sound. Sound bars don't sound bad. They're actually not too bad nowadays, but you're really not going to get a lot of sound. So reason number 6 will have to be big rooms. Reason number 5 is going to be lack of bass. Now, in the last reason, I told you they have a little wireless subwoofer, maybe 6 to 10 inches big, if you're really getting into one of the high-end ones. And you're really going to have trouble getting some deep sound out of that subwoofer. Subwoofers usually dig pretty low at 10 inches, maybe 12 to really get down there. But most of your Walmart sound systems, your small sound bars, Vizio, LG, you're going to get a 6 to an 8-inch driver in a plastic enclosure with a little bit of MDF wood, and it's just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Now, don't get me wrong, there are sound bars out there that sound good, and even some Vizio and LGs that will kind of make you think, oh, okay. But when you put it into your room, depending on your room size and how much bass you like, you might feel like the bass is lacking. And that's one of the biggest things about a sound bar, is you're enhancing your TV sound, which is what it's made for, but you're not getting a lot of bass. It's not really something you want to crank up and have the whole house shaking. It's not going to do that. So if you're a bass lover, or you are somebody who's really keen on accurate sounding bass, sound bars are not for you. That's going to be reason number 5. Reason number 4. The good ones aren't cheap. Now, Klipsch makes some, Pioneer, I don't think they make any sound bars But the good names out there, Polk Audio, things like that, they make sound bars, and they're serious about their sound. So you know that their sound bars are going to follow suit. But even from them, you're going to spend a little bit of money that you possibly could just spend on building your own home theater. So why get a sound bar for $400, $500 when you can get a receiver for $200 and then get a pair of bookshelves for maybe $199 a pair, and then have yourself a 2.1 sound system in the front stage that will always sound better than a sound bar. Sound bars are just only to enhance your TV sound. You're not looking for a lot, but looking for a little bit more. But you can get a pair of bookshelves, pair it with a cheap receiver, and get a small subwoofer for almost the same price if you get a good deal on it, and you can have way better sound, way better volume, way better clarity and quality. So it makes you wonder, why would you spend that much on an expensive soundbar anyway, unless space is really something that you're looking at when getting a soundbar. Other than that, soundbars can get up there. If you're really serious about your sound, or you really want a lot out of your soundbar, it's going to cost a little bit. That's reason number 4. Reason number 3 is going to be sound quality. In a soundbar, like I've said, you have a row of drivers that usually don't play at different frequencies but have different roles. So one might be way out here and way out here. That might be your surround back. You may have 2 that'll be your front, and then have 1 in the middle that'll handle your center channel frequencies. And that's all fine and dandy. But sound quality is not just the driver size, and it's more the material that you're using, the enclosure that it's in. Sound bars, cheap ones are usually in a plastic enclosure, or maybe some cheap MDF wood. Some nicer ones maybe in a metal body. But when you're looking at a sound bar, you're not looking to spend a lot of money, most likely. You're not looking to spend a lot of money. So you're compromising sound quality, build quality, the wood, the look, the finish, the mesh grill on it. Everything comes into play whenever you're getting something cheap. Things that are cheap are usually cheaply made. Usually in the electronic world or audio world or whatever, weight is a good indication on what kind of quality that product is. And usually things that are light you just toss around are usually not made of good components. Usually good components have a little hefty weight to it. So if you're picking up your soundbar and you're walking through Walmart like this, you probably don't have a good product in your hands. But sound quality is something that's hard to come by with soundbars without exceeding the price limit that you once thought you had. So sound quality is going to have to be number 3, just because of the driver size, because of the lack of depth in a soundbar, and then the speaker size and just the build quality itself. It's just not really ideal when you're serious into home theater. But if you're not into home theater, you just want to upgrade your TV, that might be the only reason to get one. But other than that, that's going to have to be reason number 3. Reason number 2 is going to have to be 4K and HDR support. Now, usually whenever you have a sound bar, it's usually a connect all kind of machine. It plays your stuff, it has Bluetooth, you connect your HDMI to the back of it, you have an optical input right there, you have maybe some legacy RCA inputs, or whatever. A lot of sound bars don't have 4K. So when I say 4K, I mean like what you send to it, you can send out to it to your TV, and then it passes through that signal at the signal that it's getting. And some things don't have 4K, some things don't have HDR. Now, some do, but of course you're gonna have to go up in price, and you're gonna have to pay for those big name brands, Klipsch, Polk Audio, to get that kind of support. Now, some things are just audio only, where you'll have either an optical input or you'll have an HDMI audio only input, which means you're gonna have a second output to your TV so that you can get the picture. And then you don't have to worry about 4K support or HDR. But if you were looking for a tidy, clean setup, minimalistic, and you just want to plug in one input to the soundbar and one out to the TV like an AV receiver, you may not be able to do that. And if you can, it may not be 4K supported. So you have to look into that. Make sure you read your reviews, make sure that your soundbar can support all the visual formats as well as audio formats. That's going to be reason number 2. Before we get to number 1, I want to get an honorable mention here. This is going to be Dolby Atmos and DTS:X. And why did I pick this as an honoree? It's because I was thinking to myself during this, You know, sound quality is compromised sometimes, things like that, but that true Dolby Atmos sound, you're really gonna have to stretch your wallet to get something that even supports Dolby Atmos and DTS:X. And even if you find a machine that can do it, is it truly gonna be Dolby Atmos? Having one strip of sound in front of your TV, how are you going to get that sound from that TV to you with just a row of speakers? It's really hard to do. It's more of a mind game, playing tricks on your ear kind of thing, because you're not going to have speakers behind you or above you like the Dolby Atmos suggests. Now there are sound bars that do have wireless rear speakers for you to really give you that kind of home theater feel, but a lot of them don't. And the ones that do, like Sonos, I believe has one, you're really going to have to pay something you probably didn't intend on paying to get that kind of sound quality. So Dolby Atmos and DTS:X, you're really going to have to stretch your budget to get that format. And even if you go for it, you may not even get the full enveloping sound that you would if you had a dedicated home theater system. So I'm going to have to mention that as my honoree. The number one reason not to get a soundbar on this list is going to have to be not real surround sound. This is going to be number one. This is my biggest reason to not get a soundbar. I've mentioned throughout all these reasons that there's just one strip of speakers, and it's really relying on your walls, your ceiling height, and things like that, your room size, to really give you that surround sound feeling. A soundbar really is only something to give a little boost to your speakers. You're not on your TV, I should say, to your TV speakers. It's not looking for something to give you IMAX level experience, give you high SPLs or anything like that. You're not getting that with soundbar. You're just increasing your sound quality. It's like the next step up from your TV without getting a whole home theater system. So it's not really going to give you that surround sound feel. The best bet if you're going to get soundbar is to get a soundbar that has a sizable subwoofer, maybe 8 inches, 10 inches, and then get one of those that has wireless speakers that are able to sit on stands that go to the left and right side of your listening space, so that you can have at least that kind of system. And I think that might be the best to go for. You'll have your front drivers that'll handle the left, the right, and the center, and then you'll have actual dedicated surround left and surround speakers on the right side, so that you can handle all your surround sound needs, and you'll actually probably be satisfied. That is the biggest step up from the TV without going to a dedicated AVR with 5.1 or 7.1 speaker that you may not want to spend money on. But more than likely, you're getting a soundbar just to upgrade your TV speaker just a little bit, a little more volume, a little more bass. So you're not looking to go too expensive. An LG will do fine, a Vizio will do fine from Walmart or wherever you shop. But you're not getting real surround sound that way. It's just louder, cleaner TV sound, maybe. But the good key about a soundbar, I will say, is that TV speakers usually are on the back of the TV and they face the wall, or they're underneath the TV facing down to the floor or the TV stand. But a soundbar is facing straight at you, so you're automatically getting an upgrade there, and then of course you're getting more drivers, you're usually getting an amplifier, you're getting a subwoofer. So nonetheless, soundbar is an upgrade. Do not get me wrong, soundbars are not bad to have. They are a good upgrade. But if you're going to get into home theater, it's best to build it the way that you want it and get what you need now. So that's going to be number one. Number one reason is going to be just surround sound in general. If you want a surround sound, it's best to get surround sound. You can't beat surround sound other than surrounding yourself in sound. So that's going to be 7 reasons why, guys. That's reason number one. So if you like this video, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Let's be sure to do that. Why? Because there's a lot of good things coming up. We're creeping on 1,000 subscribers, and I got a special video for you guys, and I don't want any of you guys to miss out. So make sure you like, commenting, and subscribing. Push that bell to get notified when the new video is up, because I promise you that I have a nice surprise that you do not want to miss. Stay tuned, guys. K-Biz Guy out.